Coming.
May I come in?
Yes. Have a seat.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning. So, tell me about yourself.
Myself, Tushar Mansoor. I have graduated in 2017. I done my Bachelor's of Engineering in Electronics and Telecommunication. I belong to Solapur district of Maharashtra. My family member consist of my father, my mother, and me. I have been preparing for a regulatory body exam since my graduation. This is my fourth attempt in RBI and first interview.
Why you take a decision to go for this exams?
During my last year of engineering, I was preparing for GATE. Full-fledged preparation was going on. After the two failed attempts in GATE examination, I have decided to switch to another career option. So I have taken decision to switch to financial sector, like banks and other regulatory body exam.
So it means that you haven't choose. It means that you have choose it. It doesn't mean that you come in this field as accidentally.
No. I have deliberately chosen this field.
Okay. So, you are reading daily newspaper.
Yes.
What are the last 3 months happening in economy of India?
During the last 3 months, I would say the most happenings in economy are related to global spillover over the war going on in the Europe between Ukraine and Russia, rising commodity inflation, depreciation of rupee as well. Along with that, the capital outflows from the India to the US market. With respect to that, the inflation in the retail segment as well as wholesale segment.
What US market what policies of your US government will affect to Indian economies?
So the inflation in the US has been increasing month by month. So the Federal Reserve of the USA has taken the decision to increase the interest rate in their country. So the capital inflows from India, which earlier invested by the foreign institutional investor, are going towards the US, as US is the strongest currency in the world. So they are getting benefited from the interest rate of the high currency. So they are capital outflows are.
What is the value of $1?
Currently,
Currently.
if we see during this month on an average, if you see the $1 is equated to almost 80 to 79 rupees.
Okay, you might be come across euro and dollar becoming same.
Mhm.
How it will affect to Indian economy?
That is called. Uh, I have read it, but I am not able to recollect the same thing. But it is related to dollar index, in which the six currencies are equal with USA, and the actual value of euro is more than the dollar. So euro is coming across the US dollar. So in that scenario, the euro has been depreciating and the dollar is appreciating, and the currency relation between euro and India has strong, as the most of the exports and the imports trade happening between the major European countries and India per se.
Recently, RBI has decided to do trade in Indian rupees.
Okay.
What is your view of?
So the RBI's decision to make internationalization of rupee has come in the amidst situation between the global the war happening in the Europe. Due to some restriction imposed by the European country as well as the USA on the Russia for its export related to gas and oil sector, the US.
You mentioned Russia. Russia is selling crude oil to India at cheap price. How you look it as whether it is anti-dumping or it is good for Indian economy?
So I'm not totally getting the opinion of mine, so I am not sure about this, how it will affect like anti-dumping duty or something.
Okay. Tell me, what is capital?
Capital is the difference between the entities, assets, and liabilities. It is the total net worth available to the investor or equity value of particular entity to its investors. So in bank, it is also bank capital. So
What are the duties of RBI in Indian economy?
RBI majorly functions on issues like bankers to bank, bankers to government. It issues the
Bank of
currency.
last resort.
It is acted as a lender of last resort. It issues the currency as well as currency management through various bank chests. Also, the foreign exchange management is also done by the Reserve Bank of India, as well as the regulatory and supervisory functions with respect to financial market. Um, then the monetary policy supervision as well as the monetary functions also done by the Reserve Bank of India.
Okay. There are four deputy members in RBI.
Okay.
Can you name it?
RBI for deputy governor, one is the Michael Patra, MK Jain, then I don't know other two.
Okay. What regulations or supervisions activity RBI has taken in recent 3 or 4 months for stabilization of Indian economy, or what happened due to COVID pandemic?
After the COVID pandemic, RBI has taken several measures with respect to its regulatory aspect as well as supervisory aspect. In the sense, if you talk about regulatory aspect, then RBI has revised priority sector lending guidelines, issued master directions on various policies related to rural sector like collateral free lending limits, increase in the collateral free lending limits with respect to day NRLM scheme to self-help groups, as well as microfinance direction issued in the recent March 2022, as well as the direction through the FEMA Act on the internationalization of rupee, as well as giving some relaxation to the foreign NRI deposits on a recent move. In respect to supervisory function, RBI has been continuously doing off-site surveillance as well as on-site surveillance as well as taking prompt corrective actions, checking
What
the
is
accounts
prompt
of.
corrective action?
So prompt corrective action is a framework established by RBI in which the regulated entity which RBI feels are not adhering to proper financial conditions or getting worse in situation to their obligation, then the RBI puts that entity into that framework so that it adheres to some RBI restricted norms which can help them out from that worst situation.
What do you know about Indian agriculture sector?
So Indian agriculture sector is the most historical sector in India. Currently, we have more than 60% of employment, rural employment is in agriculture sector, as well as more than 70 to 75% of rural household are engaged in the agriculture activities. But the most disadvantaged thing about agriculture sector is the disguised employment. We clearly see the major employment is done in the agriculture sector, but it is contributing less gross GDP.
How
Domestic.
agriculture sector is contributing towards increased pollution?
Uh, with respect to pollution, agriculture sector is contributing to emission of some greenhouse gases like methane, in which the higher cultivation of on the large scale, if we cultivate the rice or paddy, then methane emission is higher in that segment, as well as the uh, cow dung or wastage from the animal husbandry is also composed of various greenhouse gases like methane. Along with that, the transportation as well as energy emission related to functions are also contributing to the emission of pollution.
Okay, let's go to the financial inclusion. What do you know about financial inclusion? What are the recent happenings after 2015?
So, financial inclusion is the provision of providing financial services and products to the marginalized section, unserved section of the society, like weaker section, poorest among the society, in an affordable manner through an institutional channels like banks, NBFC, microfinance institution.
What is the role of RBI in financial inclusion?
So RBI has been involved in development function of the financial inclusion since it's established. It has been contributing to financial inclusion. If I have to quantify some measures, then RBI take several measures like banking sector reforms, set up in Basel banking codes and standards bureau of India. Then after setting up of regional rural banks in the unserved section of the society or unbanked areas, as well as the self-help group. Then banking correspondence model in 2006.
Okay, after demonetization, UPI or digital payment platforms are have got huge platform. What is your view about it?
So after the demonetization, the digital acceptance as well as the performance mechanism of transaction has been growing with a rapid pace. The NPCI backed UPI system is now one of the most famous or one of the most used transaction system in India for immediate payment system. So India has been achieving very good on front of digital payments. If I have to mention the India score on digital payment index on the recently released March 2022, end of March 2022, has been stood at 349.30 degree with respect to its base year of 2018, where score has been constant at 100%. So we have done too much progress on the digital transaction
Okay,
front,
you
but
are
the
coming
risks are more.
from Maharashtra. Tell me how much Maharashtra is contributing towards the Indian economy.
So I am not sure about the figure, but I have to say in a qualitative aspect, I would say Maharashtra has the one of the most and largest startup ecosystem as well as the manufacturing hub with its industrial development. Along with that, the Maharashtra has two most versatile cities. Of one is financial capital, that is Mumbai, where all the companies have their registered headquarters and the business activities are happening from that. So the overall Maharashtra as well as the economic front, if you look at the Maharashtra's population is nearly about 11 to 12 crore, is contributing to its GDP. So in overall economic front, in India, Maharashtra is contributing nearly about 17 to 18% in India's GDP.
Okay, tell me about your village.
So my village is located in the Solapur district of Maharashtra. My village population size is nearly about 6 to 7,000 currently, according to 2011 census. The population, the area was dash dash dash, and the main activities consist of agriculture activity followed by labor works. And then
What kind of initiative you will take to do some kind of development at your village as a personal?
As a person, if I have chance to do something for my village, then I will definitely do some awareness workshop or lectures related to financial literacy. That is I am interested in.
Suppose you are a governor of RBI
Okay.
and India is facing forex reserve issue.
Yeah.
What you will do? What is your moves?
So if I were the government, then I would say the on the forex level, if I have to take some measures, then I would take the advice from the various departments with the collective efforts. Then decision related to that will be based on the collective efforts. It's not solely mine, but if I have to take some decision, then I would say that I will take decision to stable the Indian economy with respect to stabilizing the price, commodity price or
Okay, tell
retail
me something
inflation.
about IMF.
International Monetary Fund is the internationally established entity which offers several mm, credits to governments or entities which are in trouble, as well as it also conducts some financial inclusion survey, as well as it publishes some reports on the world economy that contributing to know how the current world economic scenario is going, and its a forecast related to upcoming period has also been helping in analyzing the ongoing path related to particular regions or countries development in the near future.
Okay, have you know about the functions of Nabard?
Yes. So Nabard mainly function based on the developmental role, refinance role, as well as the one dash 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 role.
Recently, Nabard has announced as a Jiva. There is that scheme.
Mhm.
Are you aware about it?
So Jiva scheme, if I am not wrong, it is launched. It is launched in Odisha or some tribal district, which is related to organic farming or organic that related. So that is the initiative. Right?
Okay. What is financial inclusion? What is the financial literacy? Or tell me about just financial literacy.
So financial literacy is a one step ahead of financial inclusion. Financial literacy consists of planning, budgeting, taking informed decision on your savings, investment, insurance, retired planning, so as to be confident on your finances. So that can help you take some informed decision on with respect to your personal finance.
Okay, how financial literacy will affect the digital transaction?
Financial literacy actually it is contributing to digital transaction, but the vice versa is not. I am not sure about, but if I don't think so. If financial literacy will affect the digital transaction.
Recently, semiconductors are there in news.
Okay.
Just tell me the definition of semiconductor.
So semiconductor is a material which has electric conductivity in between the insulator and the good conductor. So they are sometimes act as a conductor, good conductor act as a sometimes insulator. So that is the definition of semiconductor.
In daily uses,
Mhm.
which type of semiconductor you use? Or you come across it?
So on daily uses in various devices, gadgets, even in a mobile phone, we use chip, microprocessor, microchips. In that,
Recently, Government of India has announced PLI scheme for semiconductor production. Why government go for that? And what is that?
So government has identified the one of the best sector of that is the semiconductor industry, which has been promoted through priority productive link incentive scheme with the 76,000 crore outlay. They are promoting as so as to reduce the over dependence on the foreign national on chip availability. Recently we have faced the chip shortage in the industry. So government also tries to contribute in the semiconductor industry, so that the domestic players can merge with the global standards to provide semiconductor chips.
You are coming from rural background. Tell me about the district credit cooperative societies or self-help group. How they are contributing towards the Indian economy or women empowerment.
So majorly the self-help group consists of informal group consists of 15 to 20 members, especially women. They are this self-help groups has now been linked to bank linkage program. So they are coordinating with the bank. So they are collectively taken some decision or collectively taken some work related activities like artisan, handicraft, and handloom. So their for their products or the capital has been will be provided by the respective banks which is attached with the self-help groups. On a reasonable interest rate, they provide the credit to the self-help groups with the that is the collateral free loans up to the 3 lakh rupees. That also promotes the woman empowerment through various measures like awareness about financial instrument and services, as well as saving, investment related functions, and then related to the taking planning plan decision or budgetary. कट करा कट करा कट करा कट करा
20 मिनिटं झाली
झालं
21 तर थांबवू का
बस